Hey, this is Notser, and we're in the Kutuzov. We're on the map Estuary, and this is my build. Fairly standard build for a 155mm gun. You have inertia fuse high explosive, concealment again, demolition expert to compensate for the lack of fire once you've taken away with inertia fuse. But why would I use inertia fuse, Notser? Inertia fuse for 152 and 155 is a very important threshold. It allows you to do damage with your HE without shattering on the bow and stern of pretty much every single target you would face. Now that sounds like a pretty good deal, right? Before it, you can't. It's quite simple. There are a couple holdovers where they have really terrible bow or stern armor, but generally all the battleships, all the cruisers are going to have too much armor for you to do damage to their bow and stern. Inertia fuse allows you to do that. It's quite obvious. That's why you would take it. Now, it seemed like initially I wasn't needed on the eastern side of the map, so I headed back towards the center. We have lost 2 friendly ships. Doesn't mean it's over, and oh my god, it's a Donskoy. Tier 9 Soviet cruiser. And he is showing so much side, and I'm like, shoot the gun! Yelling at the screen because I'm pressing madly the button, and it's not going. You ever have that problem? Yeah. I have that problem, and plus I have the weird camera back around whenever I right-click, but we actually shot the target, eventually, and I decided to hide because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemy ships very close to me, well within range in order to engage me. So yeah, oh, Fletcher. Try and line up a shot. Of course it missed. So I really did feel like if I didn't smoke there, I would probably take fire from multiple enemies on the flank. It was just a little bit too dangerous to risk it, considering whether I should send torpedoes, and oh boy, we have our mind made up for us. I think the Fletcher did decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to send my torpedoes. Edinburgh, don't you dare move. Alright, looks like he's going to be good. Now, there is a potential, ambush potential, any potential at all, in that Fletcher. You notice that Fletcher was headed south. Now, he could blindly go around the island, or he could kick out wide, detect me, force me to have to be in vision of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemy ships on the western flank. And that's probably a really bad thing. But it's also a tier 9 American destroyer, the Fletcher. This is the real deal. I am made to counter him. So I was going to risk it for the biscuit, as they say. Of course, the Edinburgh detects us first. And since he's detecting us, and oh my god, everyone's here. This is way too hot. Send the torpedoes at the Donskoy. Use my AP on a broadside Donskoy, and oh yes, 14,000 is pretty good. I was considering switching to do damage to the enemy Fletcher. Unfortunately, he hid from me. Avoid the friendly torpedoes. So yeah, if I had AP, I would have definitely killed him right there. I do switch back to AP just so I can finish the target off. We do indeed. More torpedoes. Enemy Edinburgh showing a perfect broadside. Also can AP him. So I traverse the guns and fire at the waterline while avoiding the torpedoes, while surviving. We get the Citadel. We take the target out. Enemy Atlanta. Boy, this was an all or nothing by the enemy team. And I was... okay, handle the targets. Correct order. Go, 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 go. Enemy Atlanta is slowing down. It does look like he's going to give some angle. So I'm going to switch back to HE just because I don't expect the AP to do as much damage as HE inertia fuse high explosive. Looks like I will not be the one to finish him off. Enemy Chapayev was making it look like it was coming around the corner, and because of that, I am considering engaging it. Now, the real question, should I stick with the ammo that is loaded or switch to the other ammo? You very rarely get a second chance to ambush a target as he comes around the corner. And I was just feeling like, go with the AP. We can't pass this up now. I am wasting about 2 or 3 seconds but he's not reacting. He hasn't reacted yet. And leading the target, elevate the gun, looks good, goes on target, everyone blows him up. Just like that, full life to 0. Enemy team, way overextended. They all basically came into the mouth of hell for them, and we were able to punish. Broadsides almost got a torpedo strike on the target. Unfortunately, we didn't, but we're all alive, and there's only 2 enemies left that could push us. So the Mikhail, pretty good ship. People were commenting, wow, that range is really far. Yeah. Way back in the day, oh, you know, 2000 into 2015, maybe 2016, beginning of 2016, this ship came out. And advanced firing training influenced the gun range on gun calibers. I want to say 159 and below. I think that was the threshold. So it had a really short range, but it was expected that you would use a Notser fuse high explosive, of course. Why not? They took it away probably less than a month with this being out as premium. And I think Wargaming felt like, we might have people refund. This is kind of dangerous. We're kind of changing the balance of the ship. Of course, you're changing the balance of the ship, but it's not our fault. We didn't mean to. What? You didn't mean to. You designed the ship. And I think they overbuffed the range of the guns. 19.1 is ridiculous. I don't even... what, tier 10s? With the range mod, right? It's insane. So you have no problem hitting targets. Oh, are you kidding me? Everyone's firing on us. Just trying to get the enemy North Carolina. Of course, everyone. They take out. They do a big citadel. Just trying to help finish off the North Carolina. But no. Let's fire at the enemy who's showing a full broadside. Oh, so easy. Pop my smoke. Try and move it so I have all guns firing on my port side. Gonna allow someone to spot the Colorado. Not me. Not me at all. And yes, guns are in position. Remember, inertia fuse, high explosive. It should allow me to do bow damage and stern damage to pretty much every single target. Why not do that on a 203? You already could pass that threshold. That's basically why. So, enemy Colorado moving towards me, and you'll notice where I'm trying to aim. Right in front of the ship, right at the nose. I would prefer it to not hit the gun, because it's going to shatter. But trying to go for the superstructure is not easy, but that bow, it can be easier to hit, I have found. It depends on the ship, of course. Some ships have a ton of superstructure. Some ships have no superstructure. And I was also... the Colorado, he's pretty wide. She's pretty wide. She's a big girl, okay? She's thick. There's a lot of deck space where the guns don't exist, and you should be able to do damage to that deck because you got inertia fuse high explosive. So we help finish off the Colorado before the Missouri gets any extra damage. He can hopefully use his guns on, yes, the Iowa. Good, good. Take out Cam Destroyer 397. And that's really what you need to do all the time, but quite frankly, not everyone does that. I would say a minority of the player base actually cares about their teammates. Most of the time, people are seeking out what is best for them. What should they do for them? Always for them, for them, for them. And you should really ask yourself, how can I enhance my teammates' potential? I could move on to the next ship, screw the 1500 left on that Colorado, and just work on the Iowa for max damage, but that's not going to make my team better. I'm not going to have the Missouri up if I ignore a threat right next to him. He doesn't want to fire at him. He doesn't want to shoot 1,000. You're the cruiser. That's your job. Use your high rate of fire to finish off targets that are fairly low. Don't force the battleship to have to use a big cooldown. the destroyer should also assist, but they can't do quite as much damage as you can. And my team is just wrecking the enemy, and I know I'm naked. I'm sorry I'm naked. I forgot the camo. Usually what I do is I don't have it on automatic. I place on either a Gamescom or some sort of credit income on my premium so I can fund all this ridiculousness for you all. I do enjoy it a lot. But I did a Soviet cruiser down the line, and I had to buy like 4 Soviet cruisers because I just didn't have them before. Why don't you use your press account? I don't really want to do that. I would rather have it on my account. So, the down the line stuff's pretty fun for people. And yeah, see, 5 shells shattered. We hit the gun. We can't hit the gun. If we hit the gun, it's going to shatter. Gotta hit the superstructure. Gotta hit the front bow. I'm trying to hit the front bow, but there's not a lot of front bow on the Gneisenau compared to the Colorado. Colorado, thick. She's got a ton of nose, too. She's... I don't want to make any jokes. She's got a big nose, and she's really thick. Okay, she's big. That's the Colorado. Gneisenau, very slim. Very slim. I could, and I probably should, go for the center section. And notice friendly's going right next to him. I fire up over him, and oh! We did a little bit of damage on the team. Probably not a good idea, but we won the game. So we got 3 kills. 9 citadels, yes, 9 citadels. 121,000 damage done. 1,926 base XP, and boy did it escalate over by our base. That was really fun to be a part of. Team did a good job focusing the right targets. That's what this game's about. High octane decision making. I love that aspect of the game. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.